And that's the reason, right, we say that some of the cultures falls because eventually they become mixed, or they mix too much with other kind of cultures that eventually nobody knows or notice what is happening, right? And this way is how we come, right, little by little, step by step, from the Old Testament, the one that we know, to find how the Messiah was announced, right? When he's supposed to be there, right? And that's how we jump into the books of the New Testament, right? When it says in the circumstances in which Christ mentioned, in which the Christ was announced, and that we know, right? Knowing about emperors and monarchs and all kinds of queens and all kinds of kings, and how much the kingdoms last, right? Some of them are gonna last for a long time, and some of them are gonna last a very little, right? The circumstances in which the kingdom of Christ in this earth is supposed to be, it was mentioned from the beginning. And we know that for all the people who have already read and reviewed, right, the Old Testament and the New Testament, right, and we've been reviewing this, it's been already the 7th time for the ones who have been following me since 2006, 8. Right, it's been already 6 years we've been talking about 2008, 6 years? Seven times we review it, and we've been, gathering all this information in order to remind you that this kingship, the Jesus Christ kingship, it had to be suffered, because it was written, because it was mentioned that it's supposed to be like that. It was mentioned by Isaiah, it was mentioned by Zechariah, it was mentioned from the beginning, right? After Adam and Eve sinned and went kicked out from the Eden, how the Lord prepared a path to have an encounter with the man again, because the man is his jewelry, the man is his creation, the man is what he put together in order to find out something about and to have something done, right? And with authority, and with power, and with all the kindness and mercies that probably somebody can have, with all the wisdom, taking the time required in order to make it have a nice and beautiful. The Lord has been walking with the man, making everybody notice that everything is written for the people who want to find out all these little details, for the people who wants to enjoy all these details, all this information, right? And get themselves blessed. The kingship of Christ is supposed to be in the way it went. because Jesus Christ had the power to do all kinds of miracles since he was very little. He was the king of his people, because back then Joseph, he was the king, right? They were under struggles, they were beat up. Judah, right? It was one of the nations, right, that had whatever problems they had. But still, the man was recognized as the king of those people. Jesus Christ, as his firstborn, was his son. A lot of people will say, in the circumstances in which Mary came into the marriage with Joseph, because, I mean, if we